We got to, okay? Some people sit there and say, okay, we're done with all that back and forth nonsense because, again, he couldn't back it up. But I'm still going to play with our darker mix. This is basically the better version of Crow's Black Series edition. He tried to make it. He made it gray in 2 attempts. So this is the black version that we made. We made it with a real high-grade silver powder. Because, again, I told you, if you put in any gray, you put in any white, it automatically turns the black to gray. So that doesn't work. Because he failed in both attempts. He tried to do it in the first one with the white and the silver, and that didn't work out too well. That one actually ended up coming out gray. And he actually showed it was gray in the second video. In the second video, he removed the white and put the silver in, thinking it would come out black, but it didn't. It actually came out gray again. And then he tried to accuse our product of being gunmetal. Okay, I mean, I'm the person who makes this stuff, and you don't know anything about making black technology nor gunmetal, but you know what color our product is. So we beat him to the punch. We actually made a version that is physically black, which we call the black on black demonstrations we put against our product. So I want to paint this bigger surface because I'm going to be using this surface from now on for our test. Any way to make this stand a little higher up? Let me see. But I want to bring this down some. Let's see if we can bring it down a little bit. Well, I never understand. People try to do this stuff at the end of the day, and then they get blown out of the water on it. Now they don't want to speak about it anymore. They don't want to talk about it no more. I don't know why. So basically, it was going to get down to being black either way. Because again, 2 attempts and 2 fails. And again, each time we tried to move an ingredients out of it to try to make it black, but it wasn't working out. It just kept coming out gray. And then he tried to label our stuff as gray. Now our stuff is black. There's no way in the world we can do black versus black demonstrations because that'd be virtually impossible because our screen would come up gray and the black paint would come up black, so that wouldn't work. And there's no way in the world we would put a star fill demonstration next to a black screen. Oh yeah, something I want to do too. The other one. Where's the other one that we painted up? Let me do something with that real quick. Where is that surface at? Is this it? No, I don't think this is it. I got another one up here. I want to do something really fun with this. Is this? I think this is it right here. This is the surface right here. Yeah, this is it. No, we don't need that yet. Oh, I shut this one in. it's not ultra short throw compatible. I don't know how the freak that's possible. How your screen paint is not ultra short throw compatible. That is really weird. A black screen, not ultra short throw? Just something wrong there. Well, I can't wait to get it over here. I got to run it on ultra short throw. What happens if you do run on ultra short throw? Oh, we definitely can't wait to buy this stuff. Yeah, there's something really wrong with it. It can't work on ultra short throw. I mean, you're literally sitting right on top of the screen. How is that not possible? That should be one of the easier ones to do. I think this is going to be a nightmare. Show you something really interesting. A lot of things people gotta say, you gotta test. You don't test, you're gonna have problems. Where are we gonna set this up at? Alright, we'll do it here. Do it right here. Yeah, I want to do it right here. Let's see, where do you want to set this up at? Let's do it in the back. Paint this down, and we gotta set something up in the back. We're gonna make sure that's dry. I've said it's extremely important you run tons of tests before making a black product, because the outcome could be extremely bad. So we'll show you something in a few minutes. I need that white surface and I need clamps. Where do you so fast to do things without proper testing. Explain this again. What color is this? It's called black. She was. Now, this is going to be an extremely valuable lesson to Mr. Danny. This is why you test your products before you market them. I'm going to show you something. That's the same black paint that we made yesterday sitting on that surface. The same thing we put that crystal glitter into. The same thing we laid against our screen and came out too dark. But what happens if you just take a regular paint and our product's not there and you show it by itself? Then what happens? Oh, this is why you have to do tests. This is what's going to happen to your product when we get it. It's going to do this. Now that's the same surface that we painted with that product. Again, beating it to the chase, because again, every time we kept taking out one of the ingredients to try to get the screen to go darker, and the screen paint wouldn't, it just kept coming up gray. If you add any silver, if you add any white or any of that into black, you automatically disrupt the black levels. It automatically turns to gray. There's no way around it. Anything you use, you're automatically going to turn to gray. If you don't put enough gray or white into it, what's going to happen is your white levels are going to turn around. So some people may say, well, I'll just put a teaspoon of white paint into it. Well, now you got a problem with the black levels, because again, you're talking about black paint. This does not have the capability of seeing white levels, which we show you in demonstrations called black versus black. When we take everyday black paint, we put this against our product. This is where things are going to get extremely complicated for those who are trying to make black paint. You have to get a black surface, the ability to be able to read white light, and it has to be to do this while going against other black surfaces. This is where it gets rough. So if you basically take everyday black paint and you basically put a little glitter into it, maybe that will change it from, keep it from changing over to gray. Because the minute it becomes gray, that means your contrast levels start to drop, and there you go, your color is going to drop along with it. So you actually don't have a black paint, you have a gray paint at the end of the day. It must come out 100% black. Now, if you put a little bit of white into it, enough not to change it, that means there's too much black in it, and that means your white levels start to drop, including color. See the nightmare? Now, this is a product we made yesterday. This is a product where Jamie went in and caught himself trying to make the product. He put white paint in and silver, and it came out gray, as you saw on these paint stick he showed in the second video. Then he went in again and he took out the white and he put in silver this time, thinking that this was going to lessen the gray levels. But no, it just turned around and turned it into a dark gray screen. You've seen his rollers didn't come up black, they came up gray. So he failed again in part 2. So I think the next step he was going to try to do was just make it out of black paint, and I don't know, God knows what he's going to put into it, water, whatever, but we beat you to the punch. We actually made our own version, which was black with a very high fluorescent glitter into it, and it still didn't work. So there's the product right there. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this one by itself on a standalone next to the white screen, because this is what's going to happen to Danny's paint. Danny doesn't have any demonstrations showing what happens if you put a black screen next to a white screen. When you do a black screen on a snow level standalone without anything behind it to compare it to, the white levels look normal. When you stick it in front of a white screen, it changes completely. Where's the remote controls are back here? This is why we have all this equipment in here. All the stuff we have in here is for testing. See if we got the right one here for this one. There we go. Now, the first sign that comes up that lets me know that you can't produce a high enough white level, you can't operate on ultra short throw. That's extremely a major red flag. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll find out once we get it here. We got to go straight to YouTube anyway. Are you going to send it to YouTube, or are you going to put it someplace else? There we go. I'm on YouTube. So let's go listen to. Come right here. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? That's what's going to happen to your product when I get it here. It's going to turn into that nightmare. This is why you have to do something called a white level test. You have to show exactly how your screen compares to white levels. If you don't have those tests done, this is what's going to happen when you launch that product. And if you don't believe me, when I get it here and I do the test what it should be under, that's what's going to happen to it. Jamie, you call yourself trying to make my product at the end of the day, right? Now, if you had basically did a black product, which you didn't do, you did gray at the end of the day, but if you did a black product, this is what would have happened. If you put any gray, any white, anything into that product, it automatically would have transferred over to gray. So that's a fail because our products are black. I know you want to label them as gunmetal, but these are black. And besides, in the day, you still don't know what gunmetal looks like. If you would have put in probably a cup of 1 teaspoon of white paint and just left black so it wouldn't change as much, you still would have came out the same way. Because black paint does not see white levels. You have to have some special ability to allow white light to draw from a black surface. We put in a lot of glitter into this paint. We did a lot of glitter in this paint, and it didn't work, did it? That's how dark it comes up. You got to do tests, gentlemen. If you don't do tests, what's going to happen is you have a lot of returns, a lot of angry customers. That's what's going to happen. .4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
And I'm using a 4,000 lumen projector, Sony. White screensaver. This is why you can't take black paint and make it out of a projection screen. It won't work. You have to be able to get white light to pull from the black surface. Now, his excuse is, oh, the screens must be gunmetal. If my screens are gunmetal and they're gray, guess what? They can't pass any black versus black demonstration. It'll be virtually impossible. It wouldn't work. So no, they're black. The problem is you just couldn't make a black screen. You kept putting white into it because you kept putting white into it because you figure if you put white into it, it's going to be able to see white levels. No, that doesn't work that way. You got to come out here with that cookie cutter cartoon mind of yours. It doesn't work that way. You actually have to start cracking books at the end. You have to literally read and crack books to understand how white light can transfer through screens. It's a bit of physics and science behind that. So you got to get to work, Skippy, and crack some books because you haven't figured it out yet. White paint added into it silver is not going to cause a reaction for white light. All it's going to do is just turn the product gray. That's what it's going to do. You're going to upset the balance of black. That's what you'll do. If you put only a drop of white paint in it, well, that pretty much is not going to do anything at all, period. It's not going to cause a white level. You're just going to basically just have a darker level, which you're not going to be seeing any white levels at all, period. Now, that's my technology. My technology comes up brighter than the black paint that lays against our screen. And our screen's physically black. Can you do that in a demonstration? No, you cannot, because you will match. That's why. See, I don't have to embarrass you guys at the end of the day. It's pitiful that I have to embarrass you like this. It is. We do these tests. This is what you call a tested product. We can do this easily. So that's the difference between the white levels on ours versus the paint we just made yesterday. Taco, keep it out of trouble. Leave it alone. Thank you. "4K snow screensavers."
Getting that from YouTube.
Isn't that interesting? That's the difference of my white levels next to a white surface, next to black paint. So, lesson to be learned here, Mr. Danny, if your product hasn't been tested against a white level and black paint, then you very well could end up looking just like that. And I'm willing to bet everything I had that you're gonna come up like that. Because one of the problems you have is ultra short throw. And an ultra short throw projector literally can pick up on just about any screen you throw at it, unless you're dealing with a screen that basically has a really bad reflective surface. Those don't work on ultra short throws that well. Even the black pole can't even see white light. So it's going to make you scratch your head a little bit more. How in the world did Mr. Bird get a surface that dark in order to see white light? You'll never figure it out. The sad thing about it is people are still trying to do it by putting it in a white paint, a little silver, a little glitter. Maybe that'll do it. No, that's not going to do it at all, period. All you're going to do is upset the balance of black and turn it gray. So how is it done? So your gray product, if you had stuck that up here, we'd have been to blend right into the screen with no problem. Because we blend in the gunmetals all the time. If we put on a contrast level, you wouldn't have been to match us because it's gray. Our screen's 100% black. So how is it done? Take 8 years of your life and you'll figure it out. Oh, we know how to do it. Gunmetal, dark gray, right here. So that technology over there literally produces a heightener literally so high that basically it turns a sheet of gunmetal into a white sheet of paper, and yet no black surface can match it. Not even the black pole will match it. At this point, I want to laugh so hard. It's so funny. And you really thought you had my product figured out? You thought you can make my product? You really thought? The minute I sat there and I saw you pull out that white paint, I was like, fail. Silver paint, fail. That's going to come up looking gray. And it came up looking gray. Let's take the white paint out of it, let's add the silver, and maybe this will basically make it black. Fail again. Came out dark gray. All right. And we knew that it was coming up next. I'll make it black. We beat you to it already. This is called black versus black demonstrations. So again, that's gunmetal. That is dark gunmetal right there. That's a white surface. How does this technology turn a dark gunmetal to look like this, but a black surface can't match it? Got you scratching your head on that one, don't you, people? When I told you my technology is worth millions of dollars, I'm not joking at the end of the day. We could do stuff that other screens couldn't begin to even think of. Now, those of you who make gray screen paint products, how about you do this on a gray screen? Take that surface that's gray, stick it against your screen, and show a difference between the gunmetal and the white surface. This is what's going to happen. Gunmetal is going to overpower your screen. Gray screen's going to blend in. White screen's going to blend in. That's what's going to happen. Oh, 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 oh. There's all different shades of black. We beat every last one of them. Too easy. Ooh, ooh, too easy. I'm about to embarrass you on this one. Let's pull some colors up. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you guys are too. Come on, seriously. I'm having fun with y'all now. This is just for fun. I told you I was going to take this black surface. I'm actually going to make the rest of them just for fun, and we're going to blow that stuff clean out of the water. Keep in mind, if a black screen can't match us at the end of the day, what do you think a gray one's going to do it? That's gunmetal sitting right over there. Now, you see the difference in the blue? See how the gunmetal over here is producing a slight better color blue than the white? Yeah, but it doesn't match our technology, which means we can take our gunmetal technology. We're more powerful than gunmetal. And all that time you sat there trying to make all those dark gray mixes, which are literally not even gunmetal. That's gunmetal sitting over there. Certified gunmetal. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm even doing this in a dark environment, so you can see even in the dark, it doesn't even help you. Oh, man. Let's go check out purple. Ooh, wait till we hit green. That's going to be pretty bad. All right, let's go to green. Let's go pop over to green. This is going to be pretty bad. Oh! This is the reason why I said when you do screens, like on a standalone without my technology, if my technology, my true technology is not there, you're going to see we can make any black screen. I make any fabric, any black screen look nice on a projector. But if I stick that stuff on our product, yeah, it looks dirty and disgusting. Let's try something here. I've had some fun here. Let's go back to the white surface. Oh, wait. Before we do this, no, we shouldn't do this. This will be fun. All right. Now that's a white surface. That's what everybody deals with in the day. They're white screens, right? Oh, don't leave the room. Don't be afraid. Come on now. I want to take that beating. Gee whiz. You know I took a lot of trash at the end of the day. That's the problem. The problem is you get on camera, you make these little mixtures, you put them on these little tiny painted screens, and you go, oh, it's the same thing. No, you don't do tests at the end of the day. These are called tests. When you do these, you can back your product. That's the problem. We'll take the black paint. All right. There's the black paint. Trying to display green. Where's the color? There is no color because it can't produce it. We'll take the gunmetal. I'm just going to do a little bit better. That's the gunmetal right there. The gunmetal actually comes up a little bit better. Now, white sheet of paper. We'll put that right here. Now that right there, that surface has a 2.0 white surface. As I told you before, that white paper, white t-shirts, white bed sheets, they all match white screens. I literally had a conversation about this in a forum site one time. Like, no, my screen's a 2.0. AKA, you could have done it with a white sheet of paper, literally. White sheet of paper right there. That's printing paper. Same thing. Look at the black screen. That's what y'all call it at the end of the day being our product. When you have people saying they make black paint at the end of the day, this is how your product ends up looking. And if I were to take all this away and basically the black screen here by itself, independently without anything to hit it, it would actually come up looking somewhat decent. But if you put it next to a comparison screen, it's trash. If you painted this mess to your wall, you just screwed up your screen, just to let you know. All right, let's do something interesting here. 4K Snow Christmas Cottage.
Getting that from YouTube.
Taco, can we leave that alone, please? Hey, get it away from there now. You're doing too much. Go to your window. I'm bumping my screen. Now, if you look at the certified looks nice on this side. Still a little dark. And if you look at the white surface pulls the same level as a white screen. That's why I tell people in the day when they go and they buy that 2.0 white screen, I say, no, but it's a 2.0 white. No, you literally just bought a bed sheet for a lot of money. Any white screen that you sit up there and spend, I don't care who makes it in the day, $400, $500. I've seen screens going for $600 that were white. You bought a bed sheet. You could have did the same thing with a bed sheet. You paid for the name. That's what you paid for. All right. Let's come back in again. Oh man, he's gonna push my buttons today. Get out of here. Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You're doing too much. Go. 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 Go to your window. Go. You're doing too much. See my screen moving back and forth? That's top of it in the screen. Now let's take all this down. And I'll show you the color of the gunmetal again. See how dark that gunmetal is? Same color you may try to make your product. The only problem with the gunmetal, the only difference with the gunmetal can reflect white light. You can see it. This is when we did your UV mix in Frankenstein. We put it against the same surface we had here. It came up dark. It couldn't produce white light. Because again, at the end of the day, it's just paint. Paint does not have that ability to do that. It has to be something special that's in it to make it do it. All right, so let's come out of here. Drop this. And for naysayers that come into the room, you're welcome to come into the room. I have no problem with you being in here. I really don't. I just don't like the way you carry on and act up in here. I ask you really important questions, and you come back with a bunch of nonsense. See the test I'm doing here? See the demonstration I'm displaying? This is what you're supposed to be seeing in videos. Now, same thing. I'm going to take the same black paint we made yesterday, right here. I'm going to stick this right here in the middle. This is against our product. We're going to take the white screen and put it here. This is why we do white level test. We'll do a comparison. We're going to take the gunmetal and put it right here. You see all this white level test we have all over our website on our products? This is how we're able to measure exactly where the white levels are laying at when we design products. Phantoms, when we first developed them, literally produced so much white light that they were hot spotting. This is a black screen that was literally hot spotting on camera. I'll show you the demonstration. So we had to use a toner to adjust it because it was generating that much white light. Now, you see the black paint come up dirty. The two white surfaces, keep in mind, that's a gunmetal technology. So this technology is producing a white level so high that it's actually turning the gunmetal into a white sheet of paper. Danny, explain this to you real quick. These are the kind of demonstrations you're going to have to show off if you're showing off a black screen. You're going to have to show your screen can generate white light that high. So when we get that product down here, this is the test we'll put it through. A couple of other ones too. We won't have 4,000 in the distance, so we'll drop you back 16 feet. We got the room in here, and we'll bring you at 1,000 lumens. You're going to compete with several different formats of black paint, black fabrics, everything. You can't match any of them at all. Your gray products, Network Gray 773, Slip Silver. There's another one called something called Silver Mist, so getting that, and one called Software Gray. Yellow screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is why I tell people, do not launch products unless you know what you're getting yourself into. Because you're going to have a lot of angry customers. At the end of the day, they're going to want their money back. People who are making gray screen paint products, you have to do these tests. They have to be done. What's the difference between a white level comparison on your product? What's the difference between gray screen paints on your... You have to do these tests. Keep in mind, that's gunmetal sitting against our technology. This technology produces a white light so high that, again, it doesn't match the black surface, but is able to turn gunmetal into a white surface. So you know how high your screen would have to be to generate, how much light would have to come off a screen to do that? You are getting in trouble. Yes, you need to go now. Go, 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 go. You're getting in trouble. Got a big open window, got plenty of food, you're getting in trouble. That's Taco getting in trouble, again, always. Sky blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, if you want to talk about contrast levels, who gives a rat about contrast levels? It's a black screen. It's automatically going to have the ability to pull black levels. Any black surface can pull a black level. The one thing you're going to have to worry about the most is how are your white levels pushing off that screen. That's what you're going to have to worry about. Can we get that, or are we having confusions here? There we go. Can we get that? There we go. This is why we show you the color levels. You need to see exactly how your color is coming off the screen. We're going to paint a bigger surface than this. That's what's going on in the kitchen right now. We're going to paint a much bigger surface. We're going to put that against the screen. Let's go over here and get some of these beautiful colors we got over here. We got nice pink. There we go. Let's go with Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, did you see that for a minute? Let me go back for a minute on that one. Just for a minute. Watch this. Do you see where it says food in the center of the screen? Most people look at that and they think that's white. That's not white. That's actually gray. This is what I mean at the end of the day, that people who look at screens, I'm saying people in general, you just seeing, it's sad because some people really don't see color, not seeing color. You can see color. We know you have the capability, but the screen's not allowing you to have it. People make screen paint products. If you literally can't see the difference between light gray and white, and you can't tell between gray and black, you are colorblind. So you see right here in the middle where it says white, you see that white in the middle? You think that's white, right? That's actually coming up gray. Because when this screen transfers over to white, this is going to come up dark. Watch. This is the kind of stuff you got to watch for. There you go. Now you see it. I'm going to express this, and I don't care if your naysayers get upset. You can't have my blessing. Do you understand that? What I have here is given to me by God, whether you like it or not. I don't care what the devil whispers in your ear at the end of the day. God tells you no, you can't have it. This is meant for me and for me only. I can come here and back my product up 100%. That's why I set this display up in here. I didn't even mention it in the video because sometimes I don't do stuff like that. I get you on surprise. Come here and do something completely different. Now, we're going to definitely go paint the screen back there, but I just wanted to show you that we can make a product to put against our screen. If it doesn't have our elements in it, it doesn't function. So we can take it and put black glitter, we can put silver into it, we can put white glitter into it, and purple, green, orange, whatever you want in the day. We can make it micro mesh, we can make it fabric, it doesn't make a difference. I can stick that against my screen and it won't match. And while we're doing this, we can take a pic of gunmetal technology, $5,000 screen, and turn it white. So when we get people who get upset and say, well, he wants a lot of money for his product, my product is extremely affordable for what it's designed to do at $174. But that will be changing at the end of the year. Unfortunately, it will. When I'm online, you have to understand, My capital is cheap when I'm online. When you have several storefronts and you have more things you have to pay for at the end of the day, it changes the capital, which means we have to charge more money now. But all that won't take effect until the end of the year. Now, we still want to try to keep the prices reasonable so everybody can afford it, but there is going to definitely be a price change. I mean, just think about it. All this time, you literally had a technology sitting right before you that can knock out a certified screen, can produce high white levels, and totally complete black, pick up a 100% contrast level. For those you allowed yourself for that to slip through your fingers, too bad, because this thing is going to jump. The minute it hits offline, they're not talking about, well, I can't explain the price to you because it's going to freak you out. Just leave that one alone. And people don't sit there and get mad about it. Well, guess what? You find me a screen paint that can pass these tests at the end of the day, and hey, stuff is ultra short though compatible. Guess I don't know how a screen can't be ultra short though compatible. I don't figure that one out. Like how? Are you not ultra? You're sitting right on top of the projector. Like how are you not? Let's get this white surface up here again. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more. I'm sorry, people, but yeah. Now, I know people sit there and say at the end of the day, so we know what to buy. We have a clientele already set up for this technology already. It's like when people sit there and they watch a Bugatti sitting there in the showroom, they go, who the freak's going to buy this? Well, somebody must be buying it because they're still in business. There's a white level right there. Now, you saw how the screen came up black? Oh, man. It's going to get worse here. There we go. Isn't that pretty bad? Boy, I swear if some of you painted this mess to your wall, I feel real bad to you. I really do. You messed up your screen. Hey, look, you had the technology in front of you all this time. You did. We gave it to you for an extremely good price. Yes, we did. But I'm going off the line pretty soon. And that means basically it costs money for brick and mortar stores. I got to pay for electric, I got to pay for gas and everything else. So that means the price of the paint is going to jump. And when the Alpha 1s come out, that's a $3,000 screen for 100 inches. It's already being marketed already. Alpha 1s have sun killer technology embedded into them. They're about $3,000 for 100 inch. Boy, that's awful. Man, that's awful. Now, we do this right here at the end of the day because, again, people think that if I just take some black paint, put some high-end glitter in it, or basically if I take, well, basically you can't compare gray paint to a gunmetal because gunmetal has that. These screens have a reflective surface, so they react differently. We're going to have to make some great paints and put it against the white screen. Let me show you how that one works out. It doesn't work out quite well. Comes out pretty dirty. But if you think at the end of the day that you can make our screen paint at the end of the day, this is what's going to happen when you lay it against your white screen. Any way we can get that on a standalone? Because my screen's literally in the way. That's the problem. My screen's in the way. I want to see that all by itself. Let me see something for a minute. Let's put this up on the projector screen. There we go. This is a better way to see it. Now, you see how it looks here? Yeah, it's because it's on a standalone. You're not seeing the other screen, can you? You're not seeing it. This is what happens when they take black paint and they put it on a standalone, which means a standalone means there's nothing there to compare it to. See that? Looks like there's nothing wrong with it, right? Now, look very carefully at it. There's nothing wrong with it, right? So easy. They trick y'all so easily. It is. I like to say it, but they make fools of y'all. They trick y'all so easily. You take that black screen, you put it on a standalone with nothing there to compare it to, and again, it looks like it's perfect, like it works perfectly fine. You stick that against a white screen, and you'll see the difference. Sorry about that. Get this in. There we go. The camera there. The camera right there. There we go. See? Looks perfectly fine, right? Like nothing wrong. It's putting up a nice white level, right? It's going to stand alone by itself. Right, the white levels, they're picking up, right? That looks fine, doesn't it? Now how does it look when it sits up against a white surface? It completely changes, doesn't it? Doesn't look the same way it did when you were looking at it a couple of minutes ago. This is what I mean by, this is why they take, when we see Jamie do demonstrations, when we see them take black paint and say, look, it's the same thing, or blah, 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 because you don't have anything to compare it to. Even worse with the lights up, because again, black doesn't have the ability to actually accept white light. That's the problem. Yeah. Now, mind you, just watching me do this, just to remind somebody, at the end of the year when we go to court, this is some of the stuff I'll be doing in the courtroom. Very simple. Stand alone by itself. That's pretty bad. So how is it possible that we put this on a white surface and it comes up looking dirty, but we put this on our black technology and we overpower and pick up a brighter image? Isn't that interesting? Now, Jamie and Danny, you have my permission to cry. This is what you're going to have to do to be to back your products up. There you go. Easy. Easy, make cheesy. Oh, sorry, I'm just having some fun back here. I love basically blowing people away at the end of the day, just busting them, just dogging them out, trashing them. Look, man, some of this stuff that I could do on camera to embarrass you guys, I don't do, because I try to give you a little mercy at the end of the day. I could have easily done this yesterday. But, you know, I figured, hey, we're going to paint the screen, let's have some fun, let's do something crazy. Let's take the white surface, put it across. Let's mess with you guys a little bit. Let's show you that you don't know anything at the end of the day. So apparently, like I said, the gray paint, we would have been able to blend right into that with no problem. Easy. But showing off white levels, we would have produced a much higher white level. And again, the colors wouldn't have picked up, and it would have never picked up any contrast next to this black technology because our screens aren't gray, they're black. So we're going to see a 100% black level. No problem. Even this black paint right here will pick up better. The mix we made right here will pick up much better than the mix that you made because this can see a 100% black level. You may pick up slightly a little better with the white levels, but then again, like I said, contrast, it's going to overpower it with no problem. So, you failed 2 attempts, we made it for you, and we still blew it out of the water like it wasn't nothing. Yes! Yes! I love crushing you guys, it's so much fun. Man, I tell you. Now, let's go paint the surface in over here. That's what we're doing right now because this is going to be our test surface for all our screens when we're testing. We call this right here, and Jamie, you will get credit for this. Your name will be attached to this. This is the better version of the mix you try to make, which is that gray mess at the end of the day. I don't know what the crap that was for. I don't even know how that was even going to work. I got to send an invoice in a few minutes. All right, so as you can see, our product is black. Right, this one with a whole lot of high glitter in it. What are you doing, Mr. Man? In the window doing weird things, Mr. Man? And I want to show you something as I'm rolling this in. All right. This is made because apparently he was going to get to this anyway. He was going to get to the point of making this into black, because again, he tried the white and the white came out gray and it didn't work out so well. And the white and silver, it definitely came out gray. As you saw on the painter's stick, it was gray. Then he tried to take the white out, and he tried to help. Thought that was going to help because again, you know, less white, maybe the screen will keep its black tone, and then maybe I'll be able to pull this off. But no, that actually came out gray. That's why we were sitting there mixing and mixing and mixing for it's like 20 minutes because it was still gray. In the back of his mind, like, wow, this stuff is still gray. Yeah, because you put silver into it. You can't put any silver, you can't put any white because you're going to set off the off balance. Now, if you make it straight black and you drop a whole lot of glitter in it, which we did, it still doesn't help it. If you put a little bit of black, a little bit of silver, and maybe a little bit of white, not enough to change the off balance of the black, well, you're just going to do the same thing that just happened in the back room. You're going to pick up a black level literally so high, it's going to come up dirty. So how do you do it? Let me tell you something a little bit about myself. I am a printer. I work as an apprenticeship. I basically know color at the end of the day. I know color. I work with prints. I work with crowns and pastels and colors. I know these things. I feel color. I know color. I taste color. I am color. I just know it. It's what I do. You know, I know a lot about these things. I know about the colors, I know about the blends, I know all about it, the chalks, the pastels, the crowns, the coloring books. I know it all. I know it all. I know everything. Everything I do. Sorry, but I got to embarrass you a little bit because that was the dumbest thing you sat there and said that you basically know color and you basically matched. Forget it. We know what you did at the end of the day. So I know these colors. I know what I'm doing. You know, I experience the color. I know the color. I feel the color. You're a joke at the end of the day, buddy. End of the day, I said we're going to talk about you, but I got to talk about this. This is hilarious. You try to make my product and you fail. I can't let that go. I got to talk about that. Everything else I don't care about, but we got to talk about that. We have to bring this up. You try to make my product and you fail. You're like, wait, I missed it. Let me try it part 2. Hey, my paint cannon over here. See the color of my paint cannon? This is my my water gun. See how dark this is? What color is this, Jamie? Is this gray or is this black? Actually, it's gray. See? It's not black. It's gray. You don't know your colors. Let's put this over here as a reminder to show you. And there's 2 different shades of this. See, there's a dark gray here, and there's a light gray. It's actually like a dark gray, but darker gray right there. This is my water cannon right here. See that? And even both of these are not the same color as our product, because we're not our product, but this is not the same color as black. Because again, this is gray, dark, a little darker gray, and this right here. So this would be about the same color you made the first one, and this is like the same color the second one was. But I figure since you kept taking out the color over and over again, different ones, it's only a matter of time before you took out the silver and put some glitter or something into it because nothing else was working. But you said you can make our stuff, so I don't know, it didn't work out too well. So I thought I'd beat you to the punch, and I thought I would make a black version of it, an actual black version. After you failed multiple times, the first thing you said was, "Oh, its product has to be gunmetal." Gee, I mean, I've been working on this product for a long time. I'm the only. You just figured out it was gunmetal? Like really? So everybody sees it's going to look at the roll and say, "Oh, this is gunmetal." No, buddy, you just couldn't figure out how to make it, and you failed multiple times. Now, just to let you know, am I going to be done with this? Not by a long shot. I'm going to basically tease the daylights out of you for this one because this is hilarious. You try to make my product and you fail. You want to give me a challenge to make your product? Do you? Because I'll just go over to whatchamacallit and just get some Sherwin-Williams, some Network Grade 773, and I'll just have your product. I mean, I don't have to really mix anything together. Still make the same thing. Red and yellow. I even put 2 coats. Did I put 2 coats in the last one? I did 2 coats, right? 2 coats, yeah. We're already done. We're just basically having some fun here. I want to work it in like they did. I want to do the same demonstration that they did. Work it out. We're at the counter. We can clean up with no problem. Work it in. Do the same thing. The same thing. Just look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We use the technique. We use the technique that they used. Got to be light with it, light. Because he said no pressure. No pressure. It's got to be light. Pressure. No pressure. You can't force it. Can't force it. It's got to be no pressure. No pressure. Very light. Very light. Very light. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. Oh, beautiful. Gotta make my product. You're a joke. That's funny. Yeah, failed attempts. Didn't help. Let me see. Do we have the other one in there? Okay, that's done. I'm gonna wipe this down. This stuff base underwear, but I can wash it. On my counters, that's really nice. I like those countertops. I know colors. I taste colors. I can look at orange and I know the taste of orange. I can see colors and taste them. I know colors. Get your eyes checked. Seriously. Which one we got here? Starfield screensaver.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Starfield screensaver. Oh, she's having an attitude. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
What do you think get attitudes? Now you said there's different shades, right? Different shades. So, ours has to be gunmetal. Gunmetal would be the same color that we have here. That's gunmetal. This is the color of gunmetal. See? That's gunmetal. See how dark that is? That's gunmetal right there. This right here is a DMP supernova. This is gunmetal technology. So no, that one doesn't match. No gray screen can match our product. Not even gunmetal. Remember, we can take the same gunmetal and turn it into a white sheet of paper. But you said our stuff was gunmetal. Alright? So that means if I did a black versus black demonstration, that'd be virtually impossible. Pour out wouldn't work, none of that, because one screen would come up gray and one would come up black. We're gonna make that product that you claimed you made. We're gonna make that too. But if the black's not gonna match, we do the gunmetal, we can pour out, see if they match, all that stuff with our product, and I'll have some fun with it. This is just to mess with you. We don't need to do this. We're just doing this just literally just to mess with them. Because again, if you're gonna do dumb stuff at the end of the day, I'm gonna grind you into the ground like dust. Like I said, any black service can bring a black level. Easy. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
The only problem is, I can't see white light. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, by the way, and that's gunmetal, by the way. We literally turned that gunmetal to a white sheet of paper. Can it see color? Yellow screen.
Getting that from
I'm
YouTube.
gonna change it up. I'm always asking for like the white screen. Look at him, he's always getting in trouble. Hey, Mr. Nosy Pants. Get your butt away from there. Get your butt away from there, Mr. Nosy Pants. Always want to be up in something. There we go. Nope. Can't see yellow at all. I love when people basically think they can make our products at the end of the day and they think all we have to do is take black paint and just put a little white into it and some silver. That would make it gray at the end of the day. Or maybe if we take out the white paint, we try again, what will it turn into? It turns into gray again because you set off the off balance. Or what if we just take it and we put a little glitter in it? Maybe we can nail it. No, nothing. Your black levels are way too high. Now basically you can't pick up a white level to save your soul. You know, so you know what that comes down to? Simple. You can't do it. That's what it comes down to. Now, you want to give me a challenge to make your product? Would you like to? Give me a challenge to make your product live on camera. Sad thing about it, when we get Danny's product down there, we're gonna make all that stuff live. We can actually make all his products, literally. If he hasn't had any proper testing, and if that stuff is what I think it is when it gets down here, we can make it easily. I mean, extremely easily. Because I remember, I used to make gray screen paint, so I pretty much know how this stuff is made. I like that. I do like that. I think it's cute that they try to put white paint in it and silver. So they thought that that's going to bring a white light to the screen and it's going to be see white. You really thought that's how our products were made? Like, really? That is so adorable. That is so adorable that you thought that in the day that that's how our products are made. Hey, Taco, tell me that's not adorable. That is so precious. That's so precious. They tried. They tried. It's so hilarious, I swear. So freaking adorable. They did try. You gotta give them that they tried. Give me a hand. Give. I wish I can do the whole whistle thing. I can't do it. Look, I could have did this yesterday. I could have easily this yesterday. But sometimes I like to save some things. I gotta give people long enough rope to hang themselves. I could have done that demonstration and crushed you a long time ago. But like I said, I'm the type of person that will give you long enough rope to crush you, to hang yourself. And that's what I did. So we'll have some fun. We can mix this around. I could do demonstrations with this stuff at the end of the day that you will never ever do and never done in your demonstrations. And if you sit there and say, well, I made the product, no, buddy, your product was great. This is an actual physical black product that we literally made to put against our own product. And it couldn't touch our stuff at the end of the day. So what will your gray stuff do? If you're going to make my product at the end of the day, and it is gray, it is black, then you have to make a black product. That's like if I make Lamborghinis. If I make nothing but Lamborghinis, say, hey, look, we made a Porsche. That is not my vehicle. That's not my design. That's a Porsche. We make Lamborghinis. We don't make gray, we make black. So if you're going to make my product, make a physical black screen. I have to come on here and show you how to do it. I literally had to come on YouTube, make a black product, put it against my own screen, blow it out of the water to show you how to make a black product. You know how embarrassing that is? The very person I tell you can make my product on camera, you can't even do it right in the first and second attempt, and I got to come in here and do it for you because you can't get it done. And still knock it out. Gee whiz, Louise. It's unbelievable. Oh, my goodness. We gotta find things to challenge ourselves at the end of the day. We literally just can't get people to just do it at the end of the day. I literally should have a contest on this right at the end of the day. I mean, literally, seriously, it's just getting too easy. Anybody else choose to be embarrassed today? Go ahead and put your hat in the ring. See what we did to Phantom HD? He won't be doing that crap again. What happened to him? Yeah, he talked all this trash about some projector at the end of the day. Turned out the projector was trash and so was the screen. And there's your credibility down the drain. Anybody else want to get their credibility wrecked today while you're at it? I'm on the roll. And when we get Danny's product down there, boy, I can't wait to test that stuff out. I'm going to stick an ultra short throw on it because I'm curious what happens with an ultra short throw reaction. I got a funny feeling it's going to do the same thing I saw in this demonstration. We turned to the side, the screen went black, which was kind of weird how that thing reacted. And I wonder, and I'm going to feel that paint, I wonder if there's any kind of Vaseline or oil in it, because I know for something, when we made the free product back in 2019, it had body gel in it, and that stuff didn't work for jack for ultra short throws. It was hot spotting like crazy because of what was in it. I got a funny feeling that stuff is in there. He's got some kind of body gel. We'll find out. We'll hit it with an ultra short throw. Now we get to test y'all stuff. Now, if y'all take the time out to buy my product directly from my website instead of doing these fake demonstrations at the end of the day, which you have no choice now because you've done so many fake demonstrations. If you have the real product there and it works 100%, it's going to make it look pretty bad, isn't it? So you have to continue to do fake demonstrations, and therefore you can never buy my product. We know that already. So Danny's never bought my product. Crow only bought one of my products, and he stayed away from the black paint. He only stuck with the 2.0, which you got to go to court on that soon. Actually, that's going to be coming up in July. But anyway, other than that, I bought all your products. I bought everything that Danny had on his website. Got a return on everything. I bought everything that Jamie had on his website twice and got everything returned. Gee whiz, gentlemen, come on. Please try to keep the money. And can you keep the money this time? Can you really try to keep the money? Because the sad thing about it is that when I made the 2.0 and I shipped this to you with a batch number attached to it, which you'll be going to court for pretty soon, that product worked perfectly fine. John T showed that worked perfectly fine. Customer right there. Worked perfectly fine. But you had to kind of taint it because you were, the product was better than your product and you know it. But anyway, I was able to prove to PayPal that my product worked 100% with testing, and I was able to keep your money, right? And then I bought your product, right? The Frankenstein, and you weren't able to ship me out a proper product. You basically went in and falsified the product, and we recorded the shopping cart. So I also kept my money. That's pretty embarrassing. Where are we going next on this? More white levels anyway? Yeah, let's do that one. Beautiful women 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
So we take the black product here we make, and put it against our product. So for those of you that understand the concept of what's going on here, we take this black product that we made yesterday to put against our own product because Jamie did not know how to make black paint, so we had to show him how to do it. So basically, we make the product, stick it against our product, it doesn't match. Come back and we do a demonstration for fun. We throw a white screen up here. We put this against the white screen to see if there's a better comparison. Now it comes out dirty on the white screen. We stick it on our technology, which is also black, and basically our technology pulls a high white level. Not only that, it pulls a high enough white level, high enough to turn the gunmetal screen nearly white. Ta-da! Look, you naysayers and all, you can hate me all you want, but I'm going to be a millionaire at the end of the day. Oh yeah, this technology right here, we can back this thing up on any level we possibly can. Can you? Keep in mind, y'all came into my room carrying on and acting up, and I asked you a simple question. What screen do you have on your wall? And you were afraid to tell me this. Why were you afraid to tell me this? Because you were embarrassed of the product. You can't back something and be embarrassed at the same time. One guy even sat there and lied and said he had this screen. I went and checked the account. The account was fake. A lot of the accounts that came in there were fake. Would you get away from that, please? But if I do this, I can make the black paint. You said you got my product on the wall? No, you don't think so. Somebody came in and said, oh, we got your product. You got my product? No, I don't think you do. This is black, and it still don't match your stuff. So you got a great product at the end of the day. You got your product on the wall. You lost your freaking marbles. If you want my product, you pay for it. Just like everybody else pays for my product. That's what you do. And it's sad because it shows how desperate you naysayers are at the end of the day. You hate my stuff at the end of the day, but yet you want it so badly. That's what's sad about it. That you're willing to watch some idiot get on camera and fail 2 attempts to try to make the product, and you actually think he made it. And we literally make a black version of that's actually 100% black. We had to go in and do the job for him because he wasn't doing it right. And still blow it out of the water. Gee whiz, come on. Why you gotta keep embarrassing yourself this way? Give me a challenge, for goodness sakes. This is why I am bored of you beta. Nothing wrong. What do you call it? Get off my surface, you joke. This is why I'm bored of you naysayers. You give me no challenge at all whatsoever. I come here and crush you guys every freaking day. So let me get this straight. Danny, we get your paint over here. I can set mine up to a $60 Ultra Short Throw and pull off with no problem whatsoever. We stick your product over here. What happens if we put it against an Ultra Short Throw? What's the reaction? That's not going to make your product better than mine. It's going to make it weaker if you can't pull up an Ultra Short Throw. And why is that? Then that other theory you have about basically if you paint the screen, it's slightly brighter if you do it a certain way. Well, I can't wait to see the tutorial demonstration on that theory. Can't wait. Let's see it. Well, let's take this off and see how this one works on a standalone. That's normal, right? That's real normal. Understand? That's real normal. Oh my goodness, we did it. We made this product. We got it. We got it. Look right here. Look on camera. Look. We got this product. We did it. We did it. We did it. We got this product. We got it. 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 We don't have it. Oh. Boo-hoo. Ho-ho. You guys are stupid at the end of the day. I don't like to call people dumb at the end of the day, but you cut corners when you do these demonstrations. You know that, right? I can come here and mimic y'all same demonstrations easily. My friend is laughing so hard about this because he had 2 attempts. You couldn't make my screen paint in 2 attempts? You kept coming up gray. I literally had to do this for you. I had to make a black paint, put in a high-tech glitter that you've never even seen before, and still it doesn't work on our products. You really thought that you put white paint and glitter or silver, whatever it is you put in there, you really thought that was going to work? No, it's not going to work. And then for those of you thinking, well, what if we put a little bit in there? Maybe that'll work. No, it won't, because the black's going to overpower. That's what's going to happen. And if you put too much in there, we're back to gray. So, what do we do to fix the problem? Well, then we say it's got to be gunmetal. That's the only way. It has to be gunmetal. Nope. Actually, we show up with gunmetal technology we had that was so dark that people literally mistaken it for black. And we took a black surface and put it against it. That's the only way we can show at the end of the day. I got to find that demonstration. We had a demonstration on a super dark gunmetal we did. But literally, this stuff was so freaking dark that people literally thought it was a black screen. We literally had to take a black screen and stick it against it so you can see exactly it was gunmetal gray. That's how dark it was. But this right here is black. Because if it wasn't black, it wouldn't match any of the black on black demonstrations. It'd be virtually impossible. Oh. I'm sorry. This is the part where I just rub it in your face. I told you this was going to happen. Did I not say this on camera that when we do this to you, it's going to be embarrassing? I told you this was going to happen. We're not arguing back and forth, because keep in mind, you send stuff and it's blocking everything. I'm not painting mine in any of your videos. I'm just rubbing it in your face now. Did I not tell you this was going to happen? Did I not tell you? You made, like I said, you tried. You did try. You put that white paint in it. You thought it was going to work. It didn't work out too well. That stuff came out looking gray. We did. We warned you. We told you this was going to happen. I told you this was going to happen. Oh, my goodness. Embarrassment. 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 We told you it was going to happen. Gee whiz. Can't get mad at me at the end of the day. I told you it was going to happen. And for those of you who painted that, try to make a black paint like ours, well, like I said, it comes up too dark, comes up too dirty, and on our product it doesn't even match. But we told you this was going to happen. Why didn't you listen? Why? Why didn't you listen? Why did you not listen? 4K. No, wait. Cancel. TLC 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
All you had to do was listen to me when I told you this was going to happen. But did you listen? No. Did you listen? No. I told you it was going to happen, but you didn't listen. Now they get mad and say, hey, you're not being a professional. Oh yeah, I am being a professional. Because I get a chance to rub it in your face because you guys call yourself coming on here on YouTube trying to make my product, and you made the product gray twice in a row. I had to come on here and do it for you and make it black. And then explain to you, which I did tell you, that you can't put white or gray into it because it upsets the off balance of black. It turns it gray. So if you take it black and you put a little bit of white into it and a little bit of gray that won't upset it so much, you still are going to come out with this. Tired of crushing you, dun 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 dun. Tired of crushing you. 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 Man. 4K snow screensavers. 4K snow screensavers. Oh, she's having her moment again today. 4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
There we go.
Honor, loyalty, character. This is the way.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. Ain't that? That is really super embarrassing. Look at that. Look how embarrassing it is. Oops. Which more stand it? Look how embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Gee whiz. But like I said, they bought it on themselves. Talking all this trash, running their mouths too much, and they got embarrassed. That's what happened, you know? Anybody can take black paint at the end of the day. Why's my system off? Anybody can take black paint at the end of the day and do it on a standalone and try to make it look good. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. But again, black paint can't see a white level. And you got some people come in and they figure if they put some silver into it, if they put some gray, white into it, maybe gray, I don't know, that this would basically allow the screen to see a black level. And that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to end up turning the paint to gray. That's what's going to happen. So that's the problem you're going to be dealing with. So that's not going to fix anything. So then some people say, okay, how about if I put less black paint in there, I mean less white paint, less white silver into it, then maybe this would basically allow me to have the white levels and still pick up those contrast levels. But nope, what's going to happen is you're going to have an oversaturation of contrast levels and your screen's going to come up dirty. How are you doing today, Mr. Man? So either way, it's not going to work. If that was the case, then anybody can go in, take some black paint, paint it on their wall, and it would work. That's what would happen. Let me clean this up. I gotta get this area cleaned up real quick in here. I'm gonna let this dry somewhere. I'm gonna wipe this off later on. Where's my... So there we go. That's finished. That's done. Let that dry, and we'll be good to go. Then with this opening here. That's better. Mad at me because I prove you wrong and you get upset and get angry. Hey, you brought it on yourself. And nobody tell you to do something that stupid to begin with. I did tell you to go out and try it, but you should have known by all the testing that I do, it wasn't going to work too well for you. It was going to come out pretty bad. Should have known that in the day that was coming. Some basic common sense, man. You don't use it. I'm watching somebody who's tested his products. I know at the end of the day, this person's going to be able to come in and do these demonstrations with no problem, and I'm going to get embarrassed in the process. You don't learn anything. That's why you got embarrassed. Pretty bad. Yeah, I know. You got to turn it up. I'm not going to put something in right now. greasy. I'm gonna wash this out too. No, I'm gonna get myself a hot cup of tea. Let me see something. That's why I did the room. That's why I came in and opened up the room. I told you I like to give people long enough rope to hang themselves when they're doing dumb stuff. So that's why I came in and opened up the room. Naysayers came in and running their mouths, carrying on. They come down and you're embarrassed. Running your mouth too much. You're watching somebody's products are tested. What's wrong with you at the end of the day? You should know better than that. We're going to make some more of a better version of Crow's Failed Mix. So pretty much has a bit of a long name to it, but we call it the better version of Crow's Failed Mix. You know, you can call yourself trying to make my product, and then you're going to get embarrassed. I told you it was going to happen. You can't get mad at the end of the day. It happened. You got embarrassed. You got thrown. That's what happened. You got crushed. I'm supposed to be worried about you making my product and you putting gray in the paint? It's not going to match my stuff at the end of the day. What's wrong with you? Couldn't do it right. You had 2 attempts and you couldn't do it right. So I had to go make a black version for you. There you go, Skippy. Next time, learn to mind your own business. You know when you've been beat. Basically it's gonna make my product at the end of the day. But I guarantee you one thing. Oh, I did make your product. I forgot. I made your product using your own tutorial video. I made the what did we make? We made the Cinemax. We made the what was it? Cinemax. What was the other one we made? Cinemax, Metallica Mix 2.0, and we made the personal mix and the UV mix. I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna paint me another one right here. Now, Jamie, so you can understand this. You know what color this is? This is black. See that? That's black. I had to come do your job for you. I'm gonna make them other ones too. Those gray versions. I'm gonna show you how this one's blacker than the gray version you just made. I'm gonna use this to blow out the paint you just made. That's gonna be pretty sad. And I'm gonna blow this product out on my product. I ain't done with it yet. I'm not even done embarrass you yet. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make those products you made. I'm gonna use this product to knock out them products. Then I'm gonna knock this one out again. This is my version called, we call this right here. This is called Jamie's first and second attempt to make our product. This is doing it the right. You got an actual black screen. You're supposed to make it black. It kept coming up gray. So now we're gonna come in. We had to do the job for you because we couldn't do it. We're already done painting. I'm just having some fun here. But we gave you the chance to do it 2 times in a row. Couldn't get it right done the first time and it came up gray. There we go. Now we had to come in here and do it for you. And it's gonna light on the rollers because you know we're not supposed to go heavy on the road. No, I'm joking. Don't make no difference. And if you notice, right, we didn't have to put any water in the paint. He claims that water had to be put into paint, acrylic paint. This is acrylic paint. Water has to be put into it because if it doesn't roll on smoothly because it's too thick and too dense. That's a lie. You have to put no water into this. That's a lie. It rolled on perfectly with no problem whatsoever. Water. That's the case, you should be watering your product, right? Because your product is made out of acrylic paint. I don't see you putting water in yours. Okay, stop making up lies on camera. What else should we paint this stuff on? We're gonna put another application on that. We had to make a black, like I said, we had to make a black version because it kept messing up. It kept coming up gray. I got tired of watching the attempts. It got kind of sad. So I said, no, we'll make the black version. That's what we'll do. That's what we had to do, Taco. We had to make the black version because he couldn't get it right. He kept failing. How'd you gonna fail on this? Cocoa Taco? How do you want to feel? This is like a black product, not gray. The product is black. You're going to make my product, make it right. Make it the right color, at least make it the right color. Now I know he's gonna sit back and say, "Oh, but I thought you said you're never gonna." No, we have moved on. We're not gonna go back and forth. You do videos, we don't care. We have to basically talk about this. This we definitely have to have fun with. We have to have fun with this because again, you call yourself making my product and you failed miserably. I had to come in and make it for you to show you how it's done. Now you know the difference between black. When I get done making your product, I think I'll do it on Monday. I'll make both of them and we'll put them against this, so you can see what the color is supposed to be. It's supposed to be black. Gee whiz Louise. I'm coming and do the job for you. So we got 2 surfaces painted with it. We're going to paint it again. So this right here is black flat paint, and it's really extra fine glitter that we put into it because he kept coming up gray. Oh, we got to open up a chat for this one. I'll be back. We got to bring an open chat for this.